So today I'll be doing a video discussing the Fairy Tail 100-year quest release date and why you guys need to be excited for the release date of Fairy Tail 100-year quest, because when I tell you guys that the release date is going to be coming up soon and you guys are finally going to be able to see Fairy Tail 100-year quest animated, trust me, you guys are going to finally be able to see Fairy Tail 100-year quest animated. Now yes, in case you guys have been living underneath the rock and didn't know, Fairy Tail is going to be getting a new anime and it's going to be brand new Fairy Tail content. So today I had to do a video discussing when it's going to be coming and how it's going to be coming to us, because Hiro Mashima has been dropping a lot of hints, especially on Twitter. So if you're an anime only, get excited for Fairy Tail 100-year quest. And we have to discuss the manga's release schedule, because in case you guys didn't know, the manga comes out every 2 weeks. Yes, Fairy Tail, we get new content every 2 weeks if you guys read the manga. And we do know that Hiro Mashima, he does go weekly. Yes, sometimes Hiro Mashima, he goes back to his old ways and he brings Fairy Tail weekly again. So I definitely do think that he will continue to keep on doing that for Fairy Tail 100-year quest, because once Fairy Tail 100-year quest does go weekly, it always does boost up in sales, popularity, and all that good stuff, and that's only more fuel to the fire for Fairy Tail 100-year quest. And we do know that Hiro Mashima, the only reason why he does go weekly is so that he can create content for the anime. Yes, we know that he only goes weekly so he can create content for the anime, because we know that the Fairy Tail 100-year quest manga, it has a lot more Fairy Tail content than the original series. Yes, it has a lot more content than the original Fairy Tail series, meaning that usually with the first Fairy Tail manga, we will only get around 20 pages, but with this one, we're easily getting 30 plus, sometimes 50 if we're lucky. So I definitely am excited at the fact that Hiro Mashima has been putting out more manga content, because that is a clear indication that he is trying to get the anime started as soon as possible, because we already know that you can't have a fire anime if it's being caught up to the manga. But no, in all seriousness, we do know that Hiro Mashima, he has announced 4 brand new announcements. Yes, 4 brand new announcements have been revealed. I'm pretty sure most of them will be Fairy Tail. I got a video discussing what the other ones are going to be, but one of them will 100% be the Fairy Tail 100-year quest anime, simply because people like Todd Havercorn, if you guys don't know who that is, that's Natsu's voice actor. He literally has been saying how much he wants Fairy Tail to come back, and Hiro Mashima himself has been saying that these are huge and secret announcements that he can't reveal to us. And popular sites like Crunchyroll, they've been reposting Hiro Mashima's announcements. So I definitely do think that this is a clear indication that Hiro Mashima is getting ready to drop the Fairy Tail 100-year quest anime on us right before our eyes. And with one of these announcements, once they finally do get announced, because just like you guys, I know you guys are always asking, yo Mage, where the announcements, where they at? Trust me, I'm waiting here with you guys, but when they do get announced, you guys already know I will be the first person to cover them. But this does lead me to the Fairy Tail 100-year quest release style, because we do know that when the anime does come out, it's going to have a completely different release style from the original Fairy Tail series, because we know that Fairy Tail in the past, it didn't really have to worry about the same things that Fairy Tail 100-year quest has to worry about, like pacing, catching up to the manga and all that stuff, because obviously the first Fairy Tail series way farther ahead of the manga. Fairy Tail 2014, that was the first time you really seen Fairy Tail have its little hiccups because of the manga, but we saw the final season, it pretty much ended without having to worry about the manga at all. So the Fairy Tail 100-year quest anime release style is going to be completely different from any other release style that we've seen from Fairy Tail, and this does mean that Fairy Tail 100-year quest can be seasonal. Yes, similarly to how the final season was kind of seasonal. The only reason I'm saying it's seasonal is because it obviously came out in the season, but it was long run. It's not like it came back multiple times. It just ended with all the other seasonals. So I definitely do think this is a chance that the Fairy Tail 100-year quest anime might end up being seasonal. Now, obviously, this would suck, because we would want to see a long-running Fairy Tail anime. I mean, we all do want to see Fairy Tail 100-year quest be long-running, but we gotta call a spade a spade. Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest may not have enough content to become a long-running series. Yes, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest may not have enough content to become a long-running series, and if it does, the pacing will probably become very, very bad if they try to stretch it out to become a long-running series, only because the way how Hiro Mashima has been talking, he's going to announce the Fairy Tail anime, but we still only have 50 chapters, so there's not really too much you can do with it, which is why I do believe that if it was to come as a seasonal, it would definitely be 13 to 24 episodes, because we see that each arc, it is pretty fast-paced, not in a bad way, I'm just saying that it is pretty fast-paced. So I definitely do think that if they were to do a seasonal, maybe 13 episodes just to get people introduced to the water dragon god, that greatness, but we would have to wait until that Fairy Tail video game is done. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but this is the first major Fairy Tail game, and Hiro Mashima himself, the author of Fairy Tail, has been confirmed to be working on the video game himself. He literally says that this is one of the biggest projects in Fairy Tail history. So this is why Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest has been delayed. This is why we aren't getting a new Fairy Tail anime content, because Hiro Mashima is supervising the game himself. And as far as the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest release date, I know you guys have been waiting, but I definitely do think that we will be getting an announcement around the fall time. Yes, I do believe that is when we're going to get the announcement of the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest anime in the fall, because the video game is going to come out in June. In case you guys didn't know, the video game was slated to come out in March, but because Hiro Mashima was actually working on it so hard, he pushed it all the way back to June. So this definitely lets the manga build up the content for the anime, because like I said, now that we have to wait most likely up until the fall, that's going to be at least 10 or so chapters, you know, and with the amount of pages that we've been getting with the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest series, you know, all that stuff, that can easily suffice into a whole new arc if Hiro Mashima is doing it at the current pacing that he's going to do it. And we do know that by the time the Fairy Tail anime gets announced, that is when they're going to start producing it, which is why I believe that Hiro Mashima, he is going to announce it in the fall. So winter 2020 will be the year that Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest comes out. Yes, I do believe that in the winter, that will be when Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest comes out, because once Hiro Mashima does announce it, he will still need to build up more content, more chapter, all that greatness, but he's gonna need to build it up for 2 years before he can finally start the anime, so the pacing and the production can be amazing. Because we saw Fairy Tail 2014, whether you liked it or hated it, me personally, after rewatching it, I'm actually starting to like Fairy Tail 2014. I'm not gonna lie, I know I've been bashing it, I've been the main person saying stuff like, yo, it's not good, all this stuff, but after rewatching it, I can say that it is greatness. But in order for Hiro Mashima to avoid something like that, he definitely does not want the pacing and the production to end up like the 2014 series. So that is why I definitely do believe he is going to wait until winter 2020, and then that's when we can expect the Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest anime, because he still does have to build up content for this series, because we see that the content that we're going to get with episode 1, it's going to be something spooky, because we obviously know, number one, brand new Dragon Slayers do get revealed, and all we're going to say is that the 5th generation Dragon Slayers, and even the new or the old Dragon Slayers, I'm going to throw a little spoiler in there for anime onlys, but we do know the old and the new Dragon Slayers that were revealed, they definitely did not disappoint. And I do have to say that they are one of the biggest themes in Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. The brand new Dragon Slayers, get hyped, because they definitely do give the 1st generation Dragon Slayers a run for their money. But the best thing about Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest is going to be the brand new dragons. Yes, we are getting introduced to 5 brand new dragons. That's just 5 right off the bat. We already got introduced to 6, left Syria, but no, in all seriousness, we do know that with the new dragons, the 5 dragon gods, these guys definitely do not disappoint, and we still have one more we have to get revealed to. So I definitely do think that Hiro Mashima, he could actually stop the 1st season of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, because like I said, if this does end up being a seasonal, I can see him actually doing multiple different seasons. That's one of the good things about Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest becoming a seasonal. If it does actually become one, and we actually do get to see Hiro Mashima do his first seasonal, that confirms multiple Fairy Tail series for the future. So that is definitely super excited to see. But the new Fairy Tail members is definitely going to be one of the biggest moments of Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, because all I'm going to say is that the new Fairy Tail members, they are looking very controversial, and they are looking like they're going to play a huge role in the end game of the series, and they might even change up some of our pairings. Yeah, I'm talking about Jiu-Nalu, but no, in all seriousness, the brand new levels of power that have been revealed for Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest are definitely the main reason to pick it up, because Fairy Tail is starting to move into that OP level of power. It's only going to be a matter of time before Natsu can take on Goku. Call what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.